Hello Cowboys Nation. Here's another round of Dallas Cowboys news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it so it's not a team. Cowboys defeat in Miami gives NFC East position to Eagles. The Cowboys could have ended the "they can't beat winning teams away from home" narrative on Sunday. They could have put a lot of pressure on the Eagles in Monday's clash with the Giants. But they did nothing of the sort. Dallas let the Dolphins off the hook, trailing 22-20 on a last-second field goal. The Eagles held on once again to win a one-possession game over an inferior Giants team and take the division lead. And the Commanders wished the season would end after 16 weeks, just like in the good old days. Unless the 49ers and Eagles collapse in the next 2 weeks, the road is where Dallas will spend January. The Cowboys should have been leading 14-3 after the first quarter in Sunday's game in Miami. Instead, they were down 13-7 at halftime. Prescott's fumble, as he and Hunter Luepke failed to complete the handoff, on the goal line hurt. But that play followed Tony Pollard inexplicably tackling a defender on the goal line instead of running to the post for the touchdown. So Dallas abandoned what had been working in attack for almost 2 quarters. By the time they got back to it, it was too late. Tyron Smith's absence as left tackle was felt when Prescott was sacked 4 times and harassed all day. The Cowboys' defense kept the powerful Dolphins' attack in check, 5 field goals in total and 3 of them over 50 yards. But when did they need a stop? The Cowboys' defense couldn't leave the field and abandon the attack at any moment to try and win the game. The Cowboys are 3-5 on the road this year. Unless they win the NFC East title, they'll play every game away from home in January. They've done nothing so far to convince many of us that they can beat a team away from home when they have to. Dallas draw at home to the Detroit Lions this week and close out the year away to the Commanders. The Eagles jumped on the Giants for a 20-3 halftime lead, telling Giants media darling quarterback Tommy DeVito to forget about it in his attempt to upset the Eagles on Monday. The Eagles will no doubt believe that their 33-25 victory will cure all their recent ills. But the bottom line is that they beat a non-league team 5-10 and once again struggled to hold on for the win. They have games against the Cardinals and an away game in New York against the same Giants, who got a huge confidence boost from the way they rallied in the second half. The NFC East is far from decided and will probably come down to the final minutes on January 7th at the Meadowlands in Maryland. The Giants dug themselves into a 17-point hole against the Eagles and almost found their way back. The thwarted bid fell short. The Giants will enter the late-season rematch with some confidence. But who will be the starter that week, or even next week when they host the Rams? DeVito was eliminated at halftime after a poor 9 of 16 shooting that yielded 55 yards. Tyrod Taylor came in and took the Giants into the end zone twice in the second half. Cowboys fans, who beat Detroit on Sunday, will certainly be Big Blue fans on January 7th if the division title is on the line. The Commanders' loss to the Jets on Sunday was pure Commanders 2023. Fall behind by 20 points, recover to take a 1-point lead and still lose on a late field goal. At this point, the Commanders are cooked and playing for pride. They host the 49ers, playing for first place this week, and then the Cowboys, who could be playing for the East title. A 4-13 record is a very real possibility. For Ron Rivera, it would be a bad ending to his tenure as head coach in Washington. Analyst makes bold prediction about Cowboys' next game. The Dallas Cowboys were on track to secure the NFC East and maybe even first place in the NFC. Unfortunately, back-to-back losses to the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins have all but closed the door on those aspirations. Still, that doesn't mean they can't finish the season strong and get back to winning ways. In fact, NFL analyst Craig Carton is more than confident in the Cowboys' ability to bounce back and put in another big scoring performance in their next clash, this time against the Detroit Lions. Speaking on The Carton Show, Carton showed that he is not so enthusiastic about the NFC North champions, predicting that they will have a wake-up call and a bit of disappointment, which is normal after celebrating their first divisional title in 3 decades. With that in mind, Carton believes that the Cowboys will once again be the dominant team, as they have been at home for a long time, and will put up 40 points on the Lions. The Cowboys are the best home team in the league by a significant margin, but they can't seem to find the same offensive rhythm away from AT&T Stadium, averaging half the points they do at home. Not playing at home could be a big problem for this team come playoff time, but regaining momentum after back-to-back tough losses is also a must for Mike McCarthy's team as we move into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Cowboys crisis time. Brandon Cooks on Super Bowl confidence. The Dallas Cowboys collapsed on Christmas Eve in a 22-20 loss to the Miami Dolphins as their problems on the road continue, and they now drop to 10-5 on the season. But veteran receiver Brandon Cooks, who made what could have been a game-winning TD catch late in the game, is unfazed. "We have the team, no question," Cooks said of Dallas' ability to win a title. "I believe that with all my heart. We have all the men in this locker room. We have everything we need." The Cowboys were able to pull ahead in the end thanks to Dak Prescott, who orchestrated a 19-play, 66-yard touchdown drive that took 7:39 off the clock. It was capped off by Cooks hauling in an 8-yard pass from Dak to put Dallas ahead with just under 4 minutes remaining. Needing a defensive stop, however, coordinator Dan Quinn's unit was unable to do so, as Miami's Jason Sanders kicked the winning field goal after a 13-play, 49-yard drive that took 3:27 off the clock. "It's football," said Cooks. "You go out there, you score, and we gained a lot of confidence in our defense, and it happens. You'd like to get some pieces back, but you can't do that. So we just need to get back to work and keep pressing, keep fighting." The loss now puts the Cowboys on a 2-game losing streak and leaves a lingering question: in the most important situations, will they get it done on the road against quality opposition when things aren't going their way? The Cowboys are now 3-5 away from home this season, and those defeats have come against the San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo, and now Miami, all quality teams. Said Cooks, "There's a lot of football left, we just need to keep pressing, get back to work, reset, and keep fighting. It's all about consistency and then clutch, things that have deserted Dallas on the road, which makes it all the better that this week the Cowboys face the Lions at home." The Dallas Cowboys have struggled playing away from home throughout the season, and that was true once again during this week's loss to the Dolphins in Miami. But it seems that the team understands that they need to improve away from home if they want to reach the Super Bowl. After Sunday's loss to the Miami Dolphins, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy made it clear that he hopes the defeat will be a learning experience for the team. What did you think of this news? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Dallas Cowboys news. Thank you.